In today's world of the internet, where everything is global and virtual, people are vulnerable to scams or tricks while shopping online. This has become a big problem as scammers use various tricks to fool people into making purchases with promises of unbelievable discount or sometimes without their consent, all resulting in online shopping scam. Even if you find online and apps shopping convenient, there is a risk of money loss and compromise personal information. Beware. Hello and welcome to The Eagle. My name is Aisha Muhammad. Welcome. The Eagle is a program that comes your way from the stable of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Today, we will be looking at fraud associated with online shopping stores and apps and how to avoid them. We start the program with updates on the activities of the EFCC in the past 2 weeks, as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has showered encomiums on the Ola Olukoyede leadership of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, for achieving new heights in asset recovery and convictions. He gave the commendation in his keynote address and official opening of the 7th EFCC NJI Capacity Building Workshop for Justices and Judges at the National Judicial Institute, Abuja, with the theme, Enhancing Justice in the Fight Against Economic and Financial Crimes. Our reporter completes the story.
The president, who was represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, stated that Tinubu's administration prioritized public accountability by strengthening the anti-corruption agencies and accorded them the needed independence to execute their statutory mandates. This enabling environment, he said, is evident in the impact that has been made in the last 2 years. He stated that the EFCC, for example, has recorded over 7,000 convictions in the first 2 years of the present administration and recovered substantial assets running into 100 billions of naira, adding that the recovered proceeds of crime by the agency have been plowed back into the economy to fund critical social investment programs, including the student loan and consumer credit schemes.
Permit me, Your Excellencies, my lords, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to especially commend the leadership of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and the National Judicial Institute for sustaining what has become a yearly event in the anti-corruption calendar, a workshop for judges, justices and prosecutors involved in the prosecution and adjudication of cases relating to corruption and other forms of economic crimes.
The president called on judges and justices to give their utmost in the fight against corruption, noting that the judiciary was critical to a successful anti-crime fight. Corruption, he said, can be rooted out in the country if citizens choose to do what is right and those who deviate are punished accordingly.
The EFCC, for example, has recorded over 7,000 convictions in the first 2 years of the present administration.
Olukoyede in his opening remarks noted that though he had always been conscious of the enormous role of the judiciary in enforcing the rule of law and accountability in the course of his work in fraud management and regulatory compliance, the last 2 years of superintending the affairs of the EFCC have further brought the importance of the judiciary as the cornerstone in the fight against corruption into sharper focus. He regretted the long-winding courtroom procedures that encumber the Commission's progress in high-profile corruption cases.
In the last 2 years of superintending the affairs of EFCC, I further brought the importance of the judiciary as the cornerstone of the fight against corruption in sharper focus. The milestones we have recorded in the past 2 years are almost overshadowed by public concern over the progress of high-profile cases in court. The semi-convoluted trajectory of many cases involving politically exposed persons evoke the gaps of exasperation, incredulity, and sometimes disdain by the public.
Speaking further, the EFCC boss stated that the Commission is disturbed by the trend in which some judges of state high courts issue orders to apprehend the powers of the Commission to investigate money laundering cases, even though it is clearly established that those matters are outside their purview.
Lord, while the Nigerian judiciary is blessed with competent and courageous judges and justices, the actions and decisions by a few are sources of worry to agencies such as the EFCC. For instance, the Commission is disturbed by the trend in which subordinates of state high courts issue orders to apprehend the powers of the Commission to investigate money laundering cases, even though it is clearly established that those matters are outside their purview. More worrisome is the fact that most of those decisions are made ex parte. Even where the Commission appeals, there are no restraints in making content decisions against it.
The Chief Justice of Nigeria and Chairman Board of Governors Nigerian Judicial Institute, Justice Kudirat Kekere-Ekun, in her address, observed the annual EFCC NJI workshop is in pursuit of a higher calling to renew collective commitment to the cause of justice, strengthen institutional capacity, and deepen public confidence in the judiciary as the bastion of accountability and the rule of law, adding that economic and financial crimes have grown in scale, sophistication, and audacity.
I also wish to acknowledge the enduring partnership and valuable collaboration of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission under the leadership of Mr. Olukoyede. The EFCC's commitment to strengthening institutional synergy with the judiciary deserves special recognition.
The Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, charged that for the anti-corruption fight to be won, justice must be swift and certain, adding that the annual workshop represents a collective resolve to build a justice system that does not merely punish corruption but prevents it. The theme of the workshop was delivered by former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Kanu Agabi, SAN. Goodwill messages were delivered by the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, represented by Senator Monguno, Senate Committee Chair on Judiciary. Others are Senator Udende Emmanuel, Senate Committee Chair on Financial Crimes, Honorable Ginger Onwusibe, House of Representatives Chair on Financial Crimes, among others.
The network of anti-corruption institutions in West Africa, NACIWA, has re-elected the executive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, as president and affirmed the adoption of guidelines on borderless investigations, asset tracing, recovery and management of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. Here are details of this report.
In a communique issued at the end of the Annual General Assembly, AGA, in Abuja on Wednesday, and signed by the ECOWAS member states present at the meeting, Olukoyede was widely commended for offering remarkable leadership and commitment to tackling transborder economic and financial crimes in the sub-region. The EFCC's chair and other executive committee members who completed their first term at the end of the 7th Annual General Assembly of NACIWA in Abuja on Wednesday were re-elected through consensus renewal and their mandates owing to their optimal and exemplary performance to another term of 3 years. Also, all the member states note with satisfaction the adoption of the ECOWAS guidelines on borderless investigations, asset tracing, recovery and management, and calls on all member states to integrate them into national frameworks to ensure harmonized implementation. The AGA also reaffirms its commitment to the 2001 ECOWAS Protocol on the Fight Against Corruption, the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, UNCAC, and the African Union Convention on Preventing and Combating Corruption, AUCPCC, while reaffirming the importance of regional cooperation in asset recovery, mutual legal assistance, and information exchange. It urged member institutions to strengthen coordination with national financial intelligence units and law enforcement agencies. It acknowledged that the 7th AGA coincides with the commemoration of 50 years of ECOWAS, symbolizing renewed regional unity and collaboration, and called on member institutions to take necessary steps to domesticate and operationalize the ECOWAS protocol within their national systems to ensure alignment with regional commitments. The communique also stressed the need for continued collaboration with civil society organizations, SCOs, youth, and media networks to enhance advocacy and public participation in the fight against corruption. The AGA expressed deep appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his steadfast support and for declaring the assembly open on October 2025. Tinubu, who was represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, while declaring open AGA, called on ECOWAS to designate resource theft, particularly illegal mining and mineral smuggling, as international crimes, warning that the menace poses a grave threat to the peace, stability, and economic prosperity of the sub-region. New member institutions were admitted into Nasiwa, including the Code of Conduct Bureau, Nigeria, and Cape Verde as a new member.
Yawwa Alhaji, yanzu ka zagaya kaga motocin nan guda uku, kuma guda ukun kake so.
Guda uku nake so.
To sai maganan biya.
Yanzu biya da mu na zo da kuɗi na kashi don in biya ga wani ga Abbas.
Abbas ya dakata.
Saboda me?
Saboda akwai doka.
Wace doka ne wannan?
Sashen yaƙi da ayyukan magudi da mu'amala da kudaden haram wato SCUMU da ke karkashin hukumar EFCC. Ita ce tace duk mutum ɗaya in zai yi mu'amala na ciniki da wuce naira miliyan 5 sai a banki. In kamfani ne ta haramta mu kamfani ya gudanar da harkan da ta wuce miliyan 10 in dai maganan kashi ne sai dai a banki.
To da ban sani ba, amma yanzu da kai min bayani zan je banki in saka ma kuɗi in zo ɗauki motoci na.
Ba shi kenan yayi. Idan muka karya doka kuma za mu biya taron naira 250 cur akan kowane laifi. Bugu da ƙari a soke lasisin mu kwata-kwata. Idan dai kunne ya ji gangan jiki ya tsira. Wannan sako ne daga hukumar EFCC.
Scammers send emails or texts that pretend to be from popular stores. They make it seem real, and you might click on these links or give away personal information without knowing the truth about them. This helps scammers steal information or make unauthorized transactions. Our topic in the interview segment is fraud associated with online shopping stores and apps. So let us join Miracle Chukwu Agozium and our guest as they discuss the intricacies of online shopping and app fraud. Over to you, Miracle.
Online shopping has become a convenient way for consumers to purchase goods and services. However, cyber criminals are exploiting online shopping platforms to defraud users of their hard-earned money. These scams not only cause financial losses, but also damage consumer trust and undermine the reputation of genuine e-commerce platforms. Today in the interview segment, we will be dissecting frauds associated with online shopping stores and apps. I have with me as guest Chief Superintendent of EFCC, Ekaroma Murphy Ajagbe. She's the team lead, Team A of Foreign Exchange Malpractice Section, FEMS, here at the headquarters of the EFCC. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
So the topic of discussion is frauds associated with online shopping stores and apps. So what are the most common types of fraud associated with online shopping stores and apps?
Before we proceed, I would like us to understand what fraud is. Fraud is committed when someone intentionally deceives or misleads another for personal or financial gain. This could be done through lying, embezzlement, misappropriation of funds, and others. All this could take place in situations such as personal relationship with others, online transaction, and so on. But for the purpose of this interview, we are going to concentrate on online transaction. Back to your question. The frauds associated with online shopping stores and apps are: 1. Transaction fraud, chargeback fraud, online payment fraud, phishing, and social media fraud. Transaction fraud. This occurs when a fraudster orders for a product online, receive the product in good condition, remove one of the components of the product, and request for refund that the product was received damaged or not in good condition. For example, a fraudster requests or orders for a computer system online, receive the system in good condition, remove one of the components, and then request for refund that the product or the computer was received damaged. Or chargeback occurs when a fraudster orders for a product, receives the said product in good condition, and requests that he never receives such product, goes back to his bank and asks for reverse of his phone. Online payment fraud occurs when a fraudster uses an ATM to make payment or to make unauthorized payment. Phishing or social media scam. This occurs when a fraudster creates a fake website or Facebook page, advertise goods in a very discounted price, which attracts individuals to make purchase by making payment through unsecured payment channel, thereby not receiving such good and their money is gone.
Is this type of crime, I mean there's online shopping stores and app fraud, is it a syndicated crime or is it perpetrated by one person?
It can be perpetrated by both an individual and syndicated group, depending on the type of fraud involved. Individual scammers target victims through transaction fraud, chargeback fraud, or online payment fraud, while syndicated group target victims through social media scam or phishing. This is because syndicated groups are defined by ranks and defined roles.
So in recent times, criminals have been confidently carrying out online fraud. How can customers, now the users, how can they differentiate between authentic online stores and the fake ones?
Some of the ways individuals can differentiate between authentic and fake online stores and apps are: 1. Verify payment channels. Before payment is made, make sure you verify your payment channels. There are secure payment channels in Nigeria. Also, insist on physical addresses. Try as much as possible to verify those addresses and make sure it exists. Check on review and rating. Before you make any payment online, check the reviews, how people have been engaging the site, and what people say about the product. Also, insist on payment on delivery. This will prevent people from falling victims to fraudsters.
Is the EFCC up to date of this threat, and what step has the Commission taken, to reduce this fraud?
The Commission is working actively to combat online transaction fraud and has taken several steps towards this. The Commission encourages individuals to report cases of online transaction through the Eagle app application, downloadable from Google Play Store or iOS. The Commission has a toll-free line which victims can call: 080 933 22 644. Let me take it again: 080 933 22 644. The public can also reach the Commission via its social media handle at official EFCC. Also, victims can send in their petitions through our email address info@efcc.gov.ng.
Is the EFCC up to date with these threats, and what has the Commission done, to reduce this fraud?
The Commission also collaborates with banks to detect and prevent online transaction frauds. The Commission also has a department, cybercrime section, which collaborates with other agencies, local and international, to fight online transaction fraud. The Commission creates awareness for the prevention of online fraud. You can also send your petition to all our zonal offices. Petitions are received and acted upon through our offices within the country.
So what are the prescribed punishment for offenders of this fraud or crime?
Offenders could be charged under the Cybercrime Prevention Act 2024 as amended. Also, offenders could be charged under Advanced Free Fraud Act 2006. The punishment ranges from 7 to 20 years imprisonment with an option of fine or both.
Thank you so much. But before I let you go, what is your advice or your last word to those listening or watching us on this topic?
My advice to the public is that we should always verify payment platforms before we make payment on products online. Before we make payment for products online, we should also try as much as possible to view reviews. We should also be cautious of too good to be true offers. We should use strong password for our online accounts.
As convenient as online shopping has become, it is important to remember that not every platform is trustworthy. Protecting your money starts with awareness. Shop smart, stay safe, and don't let online fraud catch you off guard. That's it on the interview segment today. My name is Miracle Chokwa-Goziam. Back to the studio for the rest of the program.
Well, you have heard it all. It is our hope that we will all be vigilant in our online activities and safeguard ourselves from all forms of fraud. And that is it on the program today. We will be back with other discussions on economic and financial crimes as well as other forms of corruption. I am Aisha Mohammed. Don't forget to keep the discussion going through our email info@efcc.gov.ng. If you want to speak to our offices, the line to call is 0809 3322 644. Again, 0809 3322 644. Do follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, X, and Instagram @official EFCC for all matters relating to economic and financial crimes. Do stay safe, be kind to yourself and to others around you, and do enjoy the rest of the day.